This is Barry. I have a few questions for you, if I might. And my first question is, how do you generate revenue from sponsors or whatever on your site? How do you charge? I don't want you to give away any secrets here, but as an example, we're looking to do the Chamber of Commerce's, okay? And there's thousands of chambers of commerce's, and bring the unity to them. So we're going to have the networking in the Chamber of Commerce. They do ads, as an example. So our expectation is to charge a fee for them to have a booth within the show or convention that we have on a regular basis. And there's so much per month, let's say, we charge it. Do you do that currently? Is that part of your process?
That's a part of our model. It's the old television network model, cable advertising model, right? The more subscribers that you have coming into your booth, the more businesses that you have providing resources and content inside of your booth, then the value of what you can charge for advertising will go up, because and it's probably going to be a crawl, walk, run as you begin to populate that content. But yeah, that is a part of our model. There's some sponsor label logos that Matt already has built in for you to be able to sell booth advertising space. I can actually show that to you.
Great.
Go to share. So let's see, do I have it on our virtual academy? Yeah, so right here you have sponsors. This is the senior administration of the state of Missouri and the state of Kansas. We're actually hosting a virtual conference. They were supposed to have a conference. It was canceled. They moved it out to October and decided to host a virtual conference. And so they asked me if they could basically host that conference inside of our education portal. And so they paid for a sponsorship. And this is obviously the exhibitors list. There's their logo right there, which obviously will go and take you inside here. But if I go into the lobby, there's usually an ad right there that you could have up. Maybe I need to go over to the, I believe.
Let me add a couple comments to that, Barry. There are three ways to get to monetize. One is obviously attendees, but for Chamber of Commerce, most likely that's probably not. Secondly is the exhibitor and sponsor. So if the organizer doesn't want to pay, it's either exhibitor or sponsor would have to help support the funding.
Yeah, and then you can always charge for these logos up here. I mean, these sponsor labels up here.
Right. So what I'm in my vision, and I want to see, William, if you agree with me or not, there would be, I'll call it the National Chamber, Expo National Chamber of Commerce's. Then you have the individual chambers of each city. And then in the city, you have the networking. As an example, I have one chamber right now that has 400 members, and I'm just assuming I'll get 50 booths under that title. And that's where my revenue comes from, where I charge them each month for them having the privilege of being on it, to be able to be challenged, to hear things, to see things, and to do things. And then the idea is all the chambers can participate. They have one center on a national basis once a month or whatever to be updated with speakers, etc. Is that sort of the format you have?
It's not it's kind of like the format that we have, and I think that what you're wanting to do, what's going to dictate the success and dictate what you're able to sell it for is going to be what's the content, right? Content is key, right? What's going to make a subscriber or an attendee come to the portal? That means if they come to the portal, they have to be coming there to get some valuable content that they're not going to be able to get somewhere else. So you need to make sure that you're very strategic in what you're going to place into the content, because you don't want somebody to come, create an account, log into the portal, and then not come back, right? So, so for us, our retention factor is we have, we are a STEM education, workforce development, entrepreneur organization at the end of the day. And so what we do is we partner with other organizations that provide content that would be relative to where we are, and then we could actually use inside of our summer camp, right? That we can use in our fall, winter, and spring programming. That we can use when we provide STEM enrichment to the area high schools, middle schools, and elementary schools. So when they want to come in and take STEAM school, they have, or they want to take our free K through 12 math curriculum, they would either have to go and pay $5,000 to another organization. We've made that investment and we've made it free, right? So that's our loss leader. So now they can come as a student or as a parent of a student. They can come to our portal, log in for free, and go to that K through 12 math booth and work and have access to those math lessons. If they wanted to come and get digital workforce certification, they can log into our booth, but they're going to pay because we don't, that's not free, right? That is a pre-assessment, a tutorial, a lab, and a post-assessment. And when you pass it 80% or higher, then you get your industry certification. So we charge for that. So on the front side of our public website, we say these are the things that we pay, that we have available. They sign up, they pay. We give them their username and password. We don't make them go and sign up to our portal. We give them a username and password to our portal, and we say, go to our portal, find this booth, and when you click on that booth under featured content, that will let you in to take your course.
Thank you.
And I haven't even jumped into the streaming of concerts. National Geographic reached out to us on Earth Day and asked if we could show the Jane Goodall, if we wanted to debut the Jane Goodall movie. So we created a back end to our website. We got the code. We put an Eventbrite up. People signed up. When they signed up, we created their account, sent them their link, sent them the code, told them to go into the portal. And in that lobby, they clicked on the lobby. It took them into the theater, and they were able to access the Jane Goodall movie before it was released on Hulu and Netflix. So there's other things that you can do. Brian Culbertson, in this time of virtual social distancing, I should say, he had a live concert that we streamed that live concert from YouTube into our portal, made it available to our entire database of subscribers. A lot of them the parents are Brian Culbertson fans, right? So we're serving students, but we had some content that we knew a lot of the parents would like. So now the parents jumped into the portal so that they could view a jazz concert by Brian Culbertson. In middle school and high school, students, they were the ones that were doing the back office and the back end configuration.
William, how do you get people to come to your site?
That's a great question. We do a lot of social media. We do a lot our on-site. So like all of our, we have 80 students that are taking our summer camp right now, and they just signed up on our website for our summer camp. We've been doing it for 6 years, right? But this year we chose not to do it on site. It's not safe for any young person to be trying to do anything on site. So they just signed up. We created the platform that we wanted. We put the content in that we were going to do for summer camp inside the platform, and we created their accounts. And we use Microsoft Teams